Today, we're looking at something that started as a regional conflict, but is now creating serious shockwaves across the entire global economy. We're talking about a chain reaction that has consequences for pretty much everyone. So let's get right into it and break down exactly how we got here.
It really all started with just one massive military operation. But you know how it is with dominoes. You push one, and the rest just start to fall. That's exactly what happened here. It set off this incredible sequence of events that's now spiraling, pulling more and more countries into the mess, and, you guessed it, putting the entire world's economy on edge.
So let's start at the beginning. That first domino, the single decisive military strike that really lit the fuse on this whole thing.
Okay, so what happened was a joint operation between the US and Israel, and this was a big one, deep inside Iran. They weren't just going after hardware, missile sites and air defenses. No, this was strategic. They aimed right for the heart of the command structure. We're talking key military bases and even leadership compounds.
And here's the absolute game changer. The strikes did more than just take out military assets. In one of those strikes, Iran's most powerful figure, the supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed. I mean, that single event, it completely transformed what was a military strike into a trigger for a massive, unprecedented regional response.
So with their top leader gone, Iran's reaction was, well, it was exactly what you might expect: swift, furious, and incredibly widespread. This is our second domino, and it didn't just fall over. It pretty much shattered, igniting conflicts all across the region.
Iran didn't just hit back at Israel. Not even close. This was a full-on, multi-front assault. They launched waves of missiles and drones at U.S. bases all over the Middle East. And this is so important, they also hit the Gulf states that host those American forces. We're talking about places like Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, the list goes on.
And the message Iran sent to its neighbors was crystal clear and, frankly, pretty chilling. They basically said, if you help the U.S., if you host their forces, you're not a bystander anymore. You are part of the battlefield. Just like that, the lines were drawn.
And of course, it didn't stop there. The conflict just kept getting bigger. Iran's most powerful ally in the region, Hezbollah, jumped in. They opened up a whole new front from Lebanon, launching rockets into northern Israel. As you'd expect, Israel hit back hard with heavy airstrikes, and suddenly southern Lebanon and even parts of Beirut became another major battleground.
Right, so this is the moment. This is where a regional war blows up into a global problem. The dominoes start falling way, way outside the Middle East. And it happened incredibly fast. All of a sudden, you have a U.S. submarine sinking an Iranian warship thousands of miles from the action, near Sri Lanka. Then you've got NATO, a transatlantic alliance, remember, activating its air defenses over Turkey. And then Qatar, a huge player in global energy, has to shut down its key operations. The conflict had officially gone global.
You can just see how quickly this thing is escalating, right? You've got Lebanon, Iraq, the Gulf states, Turkey. Suddenly, you've got all these countries being dragged in, one way or another. This is so far beyond a localized fight now.
And this is really what we need to talk about. It brings us to the price tag of all this. Because while the bombs are falling in the Middle East, the economic shockwaves, those are hitting all of us, no matter where we live. Okay, to really get the economic side of this, you have to know about one place, the Strait of Hormuz. Seriously, just picture the world's energy jugular vein. A massive chunk of all the oil on the planet has to squeeze through this one tiny waterway. So if something goes wrong here, it's not a ripple effect. It's a full-blown tsunami for the global economy. And guess what? That's exactly what's happening now. These attacks near the strait have kicked off a massive crisis. All of a sudden, sending ships through there is incredibly dangerous and expensive. That chokes the flow of oil, right? So oil prices shoot up because everyone's terrified of a shortage. And since oil is in literally everything, from the gas in your car to the plastic in your phone, that fear means higher costs for, well, everything. Now, when oil prices spike, stock markets get really, really nervous. Why? Because investors see those higher energy costs and think, this is going to slow down the whole global economy, it's going to hurt company profits. So what do? They start selling stocks. It's a perfect storm, a classic economic chain reaction playing out in real time.
And you can see the immediate impact right here. Oil prices, through the roof. Shipping costs, same story. And market stability, that's tanking. But listen, this isn't just about charts and numbers on a screen. This is real-world stuff. This means higher prices when you fill up your car, it means the stuff you buy at the store gets more expensive, and it means a whole lot of uncertainty for businesses and families everywhere.
So here we are. The conflict is getting bigger by the day, the global economy is reeling, and it all leaves us with one really critical and honestly pretty unsettling question.
Look, we're way past the point of asking, will this escalate? It already has. That's clear. The real question, the one that should keep us up at night, is how far will it go? How many more dominoes are still standing, just waiting to be knocked over?